You too! What's good, everybody? Aphectz. Today I'm back with another video. Now today we're gonna be going over the split close ebook. Now I should have been released this, but better late than never, right? Back on my grind, you know what I'm saying? Back on my hustle, back on my muscles. You feel me? So we're gonna go over split close ebook. You can run it out of Patriots or Miami. First thing first, it's a two running back, one tight end, 2 wide receivers, so you can audible down to Strong Pro, which has 2 good running plays and 1 good pass play. Is it Scissors, I think? PA Scissors with the deep post and the crosser that beats man coverage in regs. I feel like this is more of a regs offense. Now it's more mutt because in the beginning of the year, the fact that you can't have a wide receiver at the tight end spot, the only way you have to have it is basically by removing your tight ends in mutt. I feel like this was more of a regs only offense, but now with Darren Waller at tight end, it's like these fast guys, super fast guys at tight end, it can be used as a mutt scheme now, in my opinion. Obviously you got people that was running it as a mutt scheme already, but with this, you want, for iPhone Pro, you want to have ISO, and then toss is not really good this year, but the little dive alert, the dual alert looky, that one is pretty good because it's like a power O, but it's like it's kind of slow, so it drags the user in because it's an RPO. So, but ISO is the real one that you want to use. So, right, versus split close, right? So Strong Pro, you want to have the off tackle and the dive, and pretty much for as abilities go, you want to have we're gonna go over PAY shot first. As far as abilities go, all right, let's go over the nickel. Let's do man coverage, right? So as far as abilities go, basically, do I have cover 3 in this? I don't have cover 3 in this. Let me put cover 3. As far as abilities go, you want backfield mismatch on both of your running backs, or like the one on the left, because you're mainly going to be using that guy on the angle route. But both of them would be nice. Route tech on the left side receiver for sure, and then obviously your edge protector and whatever you have on your QB. But you don't really need backfield mismatch on both. You really just need it on one. But that would be better if you had it on both. What am I doing? Cover 3, right? Okay. Let me put this cover 3 in my audible. Great. And then I said cover 2, and cover 3 is there. Cover 2 is there. Perfect. Okay. So, right. All right, cover 2. So first things first, right? Split close. If you see them in like a 1-4-6, any type of like 1-4-6, any type of something like that you see is kind of like weak, like 6 dBs, 5 dBs, you could basically, what you want to do is you want to audible down basically always to basically just see if they can stop the run out of this, because if they can't stop the run, like this is 2-4-5. My cat is tripping. This is 2-4-5, right? Some people can't stop the run at a 2-4-5, but you see right here, still gonna get decent yardage. It's obviously not 6 dBs, it's 5 of them, but some people can't stop the run out of this, right? Obviously, it's versus the computer, so I'm on the D line, but you can stop the run out of this. But if they don't know how to stop the run out of this, get your yards every single time. You know what I'm saying? Take your yards every single time. What you want to do is you want to audible down every single time until they can show you they can stop it, right? So if they can't show, if they're not showing you that they can stop it, audible down every single time. Pick up your yards, your dive right there. Get up the field, take it up. You guys get the concept of that, right? Now, I like to just show it because I know you guys might say, "Oh, well, who do you just get straight to it, bro?" Some people like to see it. You feel me? So boom, right there. Off tackle is that way. Flip the run right there to make it go to the strong side. If they can't stop it, if you get in 5 plus, if you get in plus 4 yards or more every single time, just keep doing it until they show you they can stop it, right? Now get into the actual money setups, right? So basically, what you want to do for man coverage, right? Put this guy in option, your running back. That's why I say backfield mismatch on both, because sometimes you're gonna have that guy on a option. Obviously, if you know you're gonna run certain setups, you could basically just flip this guy over to that side, but it doesn't matter. The option route is gonna do good against man coverage either way. Put this guy on a slant, put this guy on a streak, A on a streak right there. So you got that crossing route is gonna beat man coverage, right? If they don't have zone drops, and most people do zone drops. Once they have zone drops, then you can start hitting underneath stuff. Like you can basically put a drag. So if they have zone drops, it's not going to get open. But if they don't have zone drops, you can basically, nobody puts zone drops first, obviously. Some people do, but some people don't. So you motion this guy out, motion him back in. You got the slant coming across the middle of the field, and I got to throw out a sack. Boom, easy money, right? So that's basically your man coverage killer every single time, right? Basically to start off, to see what they in. If they're man coverage, you basically run this every single time to force their user to guard it, basically. And then if their user starts guarding this, they start playing underneath. You got that route right there. That if you don't have backfield mismatch, that option route is going to be a little clogged up. It's not going to be able to get open like usual. But if you have backfield mismatch, he'll get wide open on that option route. But you can still throw it sometimes on the, I'll show you guys right here. So you can still throw it. You see, you throw it a little bit down. You can still throw it sometimes. Like if they don't have, but people have safeties in MUT, so they're gonna get a little SWAT animation off that ball. So that's why you need backfield mismatch. So if you don't have backfield mismatch, make sure you have that. And then you force, let's say the user starts guarding the slant now. This is no zone drops, obviously. The user starts guarding the slant. You got this Michael Thomas route right there. You want to have, that's why you want to have route tech, so he lights up every time he runs that. You can have slot-o-matic as well, but I think they raised slot-o-matic, the cap on it, so route tech works. Even you don't even need route tech as long as you have good route running on him. That's a medium route, so you need 90 plus medium route running. So, and then the tight end on the streak is just used for a clear route, right? So clears out the deep blue as well. So that's the setup for PAY shot. That's setup number 1. Now you can run the same exact setup on cover 3, right? Versus zone, but that's mainly a man setup, right? Because you got 3 routes that's gonna beat man. But you can run the same exact route versus man. Motion it over, do the same thing. Motion over, then motion it back inside. What you're looking for. You got the little option right there. You got the little low ball on the slant right there, and then you also have the crossing route versus non-zone drops as well. And this is good too because you also have this. You also have there's a window to throw the seam streak versus with the tight end. If you recognize it right there, you can throw right there. There's a window to throw that seam streak. You know what I'm saying, to the tight end as well. So you recognize this on zone. Once you recognize the zone, you can easily throw that. The running back sits in a little soft spot. So once the slant moves the running back, once the slant moves the hook curl, you got the running back right there. Well, that's Levante David just going crazy, one of the best zone linebackers. But usually, if you got to read the running back option route and then the slant. If he doesn't pay attention to the slant and he just stays on running back, just throw the slant like so. You see right there, you see how he stepped over and then stepped over, so you just got to pay attention to that. I'm just making a bad read right here. So right here, motion it back, and you want to keep the same motion when you do this, specifically if you're going to run this same setup. Right there, you got the low ball right there, and usually the user is going to guard the deep crosser if he doesn't have zone drops, because some people are stubborn. Like I know I'm stubborn. I don't really put zone drops unless like they're consistently hitting me with crossers. But yeah, the user will guard that, so you have nothing but the middle of the field that you can. As you can see, my guy just got fell on the floor at the middle of the line. So that works as well. Same thing. The same thing. You basically can hit that. Now for the real, basically zone killer is you got this wheel. Put the wheel on the left side running back. Put a flat on this receiver right here. Put a hitch right here, right? And this is the setup right here. Let's block this guy for extra protection. And what you're gonna do, motion this guy over, so you have a flat wheel concept, right? The flat wheel concept with the flat in the wheel, what happens is you want to lead past that more inside, but the flat drags down any underneath zones like clouds, hards, curls. It'll drag down any flat routes over there, and it'll give you a window to throw the wheel route. So you got a flat wheel route concept, and then you have the hitch and then the crosser. Hitch post is more common, but the hitch crosser, same exact thing. Make sure you reblock, and you got that right there. You can lead past that inside and possession catch it. You can, if there's a hook over there, you want to lead past it and possession catch it. If there's nobody over there, like no hook zone, or their user started going somewhere else basically to try to guard maybe the hitch over here or the crosser, you can just lead past it inside and rat catch it. And this is really good because what it does is it forces the user, if the user just goes and takes the running back, what they have to do right there, what they have to do, if the user goes and starts using the running back, then you have this whole side of the field open, right? You have the hitch open, you have everything open on this side of the field. If the user basically just says, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let him throw that route every single time, and hopefully I get a pick, which you're never gonna get a pick unless you have a terrible lead pass. Then you're gonna have this open every single time, right? And you also have the hitch to pull down all the curl flats. I mean the yellow zones, and then you got this over the top right there. That was a little bad of a. You want to lead past that more to the sideline, right? If you really want to get that throw 100% of the time, like even right there, put this guy on the flat too, the tight end on the flat. Reblock your running back so you don't get the play action. You put the tight end on the flat, it's gonna drag down any of those curl flat routes that are not on zone drops as well. So there's just nothing over there. So it just clears it completely. So then you got that right there underneath. Boom. See how he just clears him completely, so you can lead past that more. But the reason why I don't like that flat right there, the only reason why I'm not a fan of that flat is because look what happens. You don't really have a check down, right? Because if they're using like that right screen middle linebacker, then you have the check down and the hitch immediately, right? So with this, you're kind of only looking for two routes, the running back route and then the crosser, right? And then yeah, see, that's what I'm not really a fan of that. I like the hitch because the hitch kind of it pulls down the yellow zone, so you can even throw the crosser in the middle of the field sometimes. This is like this is versus zone. What this does is it forces, the way to stop this is you man up the running back or you user it, but if you man up the running back, you'll stop it easily like that. You force them to man up the running back every single time. You can literally hit them with that every single time for 12, 11, 9 yards up the field until they man it up. And then once they man it up, then you have other setups you can go to. Obviously you can just roll out to the right easily, lead past that down easily like that. You can roll out to the right like this. If you need to roll out, just remember you can always roll out by double teaming the outside guy. I mean double teaming this guy, ID in this guy, and I just double teamed the wrong guy. But yeah, if you need to roll out, you can always double team. You can also put that tight end on a curl. You can do anything. Curl, zig. Versus man coverage, you can put him on a zig. I just did that right there. But versus man coverage, if let's say they do run man coverage and you try to run this setup and they switch to man real quick, which is pretty good. What happens is you got this wheel. The wheel's not going to be open, right? But you still got the zig, right? It's going to do the same concept, drag down the curl routes. I didn't switch to man coverage right there, but I'll show you guys what happens if they switch to man coverage, right? So if they switch to man coverage, boom, like that. All right, I switched to man coverage. Got this right here, that right there. The wheel route real quick, because that's like, let's say they don't man up the, they just fully switch, right? You still have that corner, that crossing right there, boom, right there. As you can see, he beat him in man coverage. I'll do it again just so you guys can see the throw. Right there, boop, boop. Wheel route. So you got the wheel, the zig, motion over this flat. This is in man coverage. Easy money. Take it up the field. If you have a fast tight end, air truck, and then get more yards, right? So that's it. So now we're gonna go over another setup. So you got another setup versus cover 3 as well. If they're running cover 3, move. My cat is tripping, buddy. Move. So another setup versus cover 3 you can run. Basically, you put the running back on the left side on the wheel, be on a curl, and the streak on the tight end. Now the streak is better than the hitch in terms of clearing out for that crossing route. If you want to like hit him early with the crossing route, use the tight end on the streak to clear out that safety. So you'll basically have it's on a clear out, and what you have is this curl. You want to motion this curl, and right when he gets to right there, motion him out, and you see right when that running back gets to that like area where you have a window where the running back is, you could throw the running back wheel, right? You can throw it immediately versus like clouds and stuff like that, but there's a window where they kind of both meet, the curl and the running back. The defender is going to have to pick and choose, and whichever one he picks, he's usually going to pick the running back wheel. He's going to step over to it. That's when you can lead past low ball the curl route. And that's like, this is a setup that you can basically force them to start keeping their user on that side, which is good, because then once you keep their user on that side, you have this you can basically have this big play crossing route every time. And you can also throw this right there. If you see they're on they're like on curls or clouds or something like that, and they're not playing hard flats, you have that running back route easily right there on the wheel route before anything. This is a nice little simple setup. just if you need a dot, this works in the red zone as well too. So you need a dot right there. See that? Once he steps back a little bit, like to the side of him, because there's a space. If he's like hovering over him, he'll be able to jump it, right? But if he steps to the side of him and he backs up a little bit, you gotta just read that, and then basically there'll be an opening to throw that. So easily right here. Boom. See that? Step back. You see how he starts stepping back for the wheel? You low ball that. Rack catch it, take it up the field. If it's like a first down and you need a first down, just possession catch it, because sometimes the racks, they'll get like a rack, and then if you try to rack it, they'll drop the ball after. But if you need like a first down, and that's, you know what I'm saying, you need a money dot for the first down, make sure you possession catch it so you don't get mad at the game for cheating you. So now once you do this, you're basically opening up their user. They start usering that side if they don't know how to stop it, right? You open that up. This is going to be wide open because you use the tight end on a clear out, basically clearing out the safety, and then whatever zone is over there is not going to guard it unless it's on zone drop, and unless it's a curl flat zone drop or a cloud flat zone drop. And I'll give you a setup right here to basically do its job against zone drops. So now versus zone drops, I didn't put them because sometimes they be glitching out in practice mode anyway, but assuming they have zone drops, right, and that's going to take away that crossing route on the on Michael Thomas, right? Basically put, I'll show the setup in a second. My bad, I didn't actually show the setup, right? You got this drag underneath, but basically what's going to happen is you're going to put the tight end on a streak, you're going to put B on a drag, and then you're going to put your Y route on an option route. Now this is good versus, the reason why this is good is because it's good against man coverage. You don't know what they actually are running, so it's good against man coverage as well. So if they have man coverage, I'll show you guys versus man coverage. This is actually a good setup. Like, it's actually a really good setup, right? So you motion this guy over, you got the drag underneath, you got the option route that's going to just sit there, right? You got the drag underneath, going to get your, you know what I'm saying, your 3-4 yards right underneath. And if they have zone drops, you see that curl flats right there, how it's like playing aggressive on me. If they have zone drop, that curl flat is going to be non-existent, right? So I'll simulate this, right? Simulate this guy. He's gonna back up. So let me simulate him on Michael Thomas, right? Because he's gonna basically guard Michael Thomas, right? I can't actually simulate it because he's not gonna be able to guard it. But I'm gonna simulate this guy, and man, I can't even simulate it, right? So let me just put him. I'll just keep him in a curl flat, right? I'll keep him up over here. It's not really simulated, but the drag is gonna get way more open versus like zone drops. Once you read that the curl flat off the snap, you see that guy starting to back up like heavy. You got this right there. He's not backing up right there, but you have this drag route underneath. Even versus non-zone drops, he's still going to be able to be there, and you can throw it underneath right in the middle of the field, right? And also you have this option route. Now versus zone coverage, the option route is okay, but it's better versus like man coverage, right? So sometimes you might want to just put that running back on a curl, because the curl is a little bit better versus zone than the option route. So if you got it on curl, right, you can throw it right there, get a little check down, you know what I'm saying? Because the linebacker won't play it as well as the option. Like with the option route versus like versus zone, sometimes he like the linebackers will like sit on it, like pause. But like look at the option route, right? You saw he kind of like sits on it. Like that's what happens sometimes. So the curl is a little bit better because he won't like sit on it per se. Pause. But got the option route, got the little drag route, and what happens is let's say they start having to guard the drag route. You still got the streak over the tight end. Boom, right there, easy money. Take this outside. You got a fast guy there. Get you a few yards like that. So that's versus cover. I'll show you guys versus man coverage, right? So versus man coverage, you got the same. Still good because this guy has backfield mismatch. So what happens here is, all right, hold on. You motion this guy over versus man coverage, drag. Boom, got a little window for the drag, and this guy has backfield mismatch, so he gets open. He dropped the ball right there. Good play by, I think that's Devin Bush, Devin White, one of them. I can never tell the difference. So boom, right there. And let's just, I didn't put man coverage, right? Boom, right there, easy. Backfield mismatch, right there. Lead pass it towards the outside, get your 6-7 yards, take it up at the field. You wanna basically establish the underneath, right? Because early, like if you're playing, you want to establish the underneath early, force them to start guarding underneath, and then you can hit them with the big plays, right? You hit them with the big play now. Let's say they don't zone drop, they got underneath. You still have this drag route, right? That was a terrible lead pass by me. I led pass it behind him. I didn't think I did, but I guess, you know what I'm saying, fat fingers. So boom, right here, man coverage. Right here, you got the drag versus man coverage with this motion, right? You're gonna basically have a step on him. So sometimes you want to lead pass, you want to just lob pass it. Sometimes you don't want to so you don't get a bad rack animation and he basically catches it from behind him like that. So easy money. You also have the Michael Thomas route versus non-zone drops. So first thing, we got X drag shell. First thing you want to do, you want to zig X, zig A, and then block your running back for extra time a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got, this is man coverage, right? Versus man coverage. So it's you got man killers underneath, right? You got 2 zigs to kill man, right? You have a motioned over post route, which is, let me show you guys. You're gonna motion it over and then motion it in. This is versus like if they start putting curls, like curl flats, and they don't have over the top coverage. Even you can get this in the middle of 2 deep blues, but it's a little bit risky, so I wouldn't throw it. You would have to get used to throwing it. So, but if not, you can basically, you have a slant. If they have curl flat, you basically want to come out in this, see what they're doing, right? And then if they don't have, if they have curl flats, because you just was hitting them with crossers, they put their zone drops to curl flats to 25, and then you can hit them with underneath slant. So what you have is a slant. You have you have angle route beats man, slant beat man, zig beat man, right? So you motion this guy in, right? Then you motion this guy over right here. He's going to beat man coverage. You see he beats man coverage. That guy beats man coverage. You got your backfield mismatch that's beating man coverage. You got your slant that's beating man coverage. You got your both of your zigs. So this is underneath. This is once you start hitting them over the top with the crossers, you force them into zone drops. And now you have underneath, because you can't really throw these zigs versus natural curls, because it's gonna they're gonna be able to make a play on it. So this is after you this is after you basically establish that you can hit them over the top, right? So you got that zig right there, boom. Easy money, air truck, you know what I'm saying? Air truck, spin back, and spin back in the other way. So I'll show you guys that again. And what you do is you just motion this guy in, and then motion this guy out, and then motion this guy in. You can actually, honestly, he'll get open even if without the motion, but it's a little bit easier, right? Boom, and he just cooked them right there. And you know what I'm saying? I was trying to air truck, but I actually did a spin back instead. But yeah. Sometimes he'll just cook him. Sometimes the zig will get bagged. So you just got to pay attention. Don't just throw it. Actually read it. Like this year, it's a little bit different. So what I do? Boom, right there. Motion it over. You got the slant. You got the slant right there. Easy money. And then you got the angle route. And then you have the other zig as well. Sometimes what you want to do is you want to put this guy on a flat, right? The reason why is because if they put, let's say they put a cloud on that side or something like that, and then a curl on the other side, right? Because they saw that you kept putting Michael Thomas on a crosser, so they try to make an adjustment for this, because the cloud is gonna do it, because their clouds are not zone drop, so to guard the slant a little bit better. The reason why you want the flat sometimes instead of the zig, because sometimes the zig is, if you have a good route running there, it's a little bit different, but sometimes you run it so slow that there'll be a window where he kind of gets clogged up with the slant. So you put the flat over there, so you immediately take that zone out of the play, and then you have wide open space over here, right? It's a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You probably didn't see it before, but that's just letting you know. So sometimes you might want to put him on a flat. The only reason that's bad is once he's on the flat, you know he's not going to beat man coverage, so then you basically taking out one of your routes out of the play. So that's the only thing you got to worry about, but you should be fine either way. Like this, you see that, boom, right there, easy money. Because it's on the short side and he doesn't really have space to work with. It's a little bit hard. That's why if it's on the short side, then you might as well put it on a flat. But if it's on the middle of the field or the strong side, you can just leave it like that. So boom, right there. I'll put the slant right there, right? I'll show you guys what you can do with this tight end. If you guys have an air trucker, right? Let's say you burn your guy. He didn't burn him right there, but sometimes the running back in the slant get caught up. But yeah, if you burn your guy with the air truck, you can do this. I'll show you guys right here, right? I didn't even. I just quick hike that stock, but the angle route's gonna beat man coverage every single time. And so I'll show you guys zone after this, but let me show you guys real quick what you can do right here, right? Versus, I'll show you guys zone real quick, but after this, cover 2 bombs and cover 3 bombs. Motion this, but if you do beat your guy with the tight end, like that, what you can do, oh, be careful. Make sure he gets a little bit more separation than that, because you don't want to throw a pick 6 like that, like me, like I just did. Is he gonna beat him? If he beats him, nah, that's too close. Right there, easy money. Got your slant. That motioned over, like that slant doesn't even need a motion. But let me show you guys versus, like, let's say they do curl flats, right? Curl flats, 2 curl flats right there, right? Now you have your zig. You still have your zig, right? Your both of your zigs, and then you have this. You see how I motioned that over before? You don't have to motion this over, right? Got it. You motion it back over, but you have the post this time, and then it's wide open, right? Rack ag. If you guys have a faster receiver, that's Emmanuel Sanders. You're not really too fast. You guys have a faster receiver, wide open, 1-play touchdown in Mutt. If you guys have a good receiver in regs, you can do the same thing. This is versus curl flats, right? If they have whatchamacallit, like deep blues, it's gonna be a little bit harder to throw it. Lead past that away, really, but you can lead pass it up as well if they burn them immediately. So, but you can lead pass it away as well if you to make it a little bit of a less riskier throw. Show you guys this again, and then I'll show you guys cover 3 beaters out of this, right? So boom, right here. You see how I'm lead passing it over there, just making it harder for them to make a play on the ball. So now I'm going to show you guys cover 3 beaters and cover 2 beaters. All right, so now bomb and cover 3, simple setup. It's X drag trail. What you're going to do is you're going to put the sole side receiver on a streak, max protect, motion over your route right here, your tight end that's on the corner route, your inside receiver, and then this is versus cover 3. What's going to happen is all you're going to do is, even if he gets bumped, it doesn't really matter. Just going to lead past that to the outside. And if you have a fast receiver, this is Michael Thomas, not very fast. If you have a fast receiver, you lead past that to the outside. That was a bad lead pass, and it's a cover 3 beater, 1-play touchdown. Now it's your streak, max protect. You can catch them off guard, right? And just right here, boom, easy money. Even if he gets bumped, you see how he basically starts running and then he backs up, and that's a 1-play touchdown every single time. Now, you do want to lead past that more to the side, but this Drew Brees has a noodle, so it's But so yeah, it doesn't really have much of an arm. So you just motion over this guy, streak that guy. You can put him on a streak or a fade. It doesn't really matter. Let him set. If you get bumped, it doesn't really matter if you're fast. But if you're slow, lead past that to the sideline like that. More to the side, boom, easy money. Sniper. That's it every single time. It's actually super easy. It's not even hard. The one last year was the HB wheel one to the short side of the field like this. And then with your 2 running backs to the short side, but this one to the wide side. Yeah, it's basically like this. And then people used to run HB wheel last year, so this is like, it'll catch them off guard because people are not used to seeing this, and you just wait for that guy to go. And if the only way they can stop it is if they put a deep half over there, and if it's a deep half, you'll have the tight end corner route. So let's say they put a deep half, right? And you gotta read it. Don't just throw it, right? You gotta actually read it. Let him set first because it's easier to read if he sets. If you motion him, he's gonna still keep backing up. So let him set first, right? And then, boom, you got that tight end route right there. Easy money. Lead pass it up, take it upfield. So that's a cover 3 beater. HB will. I'll show you guys a cover 2 beater. All right. So the last play of part 1, all we're gonna go over is basically how to bomb cover 2. It's good versus the wide side. You can do it versus the normal like in the middle, but versus the short side, it's a little bit harder of a throw. You have to like you gotta lab it, and basically you gotta like roll out. This one versus the wide side, you don't have to roll out. So basically all it is the reason why it's good like this, because you basically know, like, versus the wide side you have cover 2 and cover 3 beaters. So just max protect or not, it doesn't really matter. Just having extra time is good. In route or drag route on the tight end, motion this guy over right here, the deep post, and what that's doing is it's getting right over the top of cover 2, and the streak is going to keep the safety just with enough time so you can throw this route. Now this is a terrible, like, Drew Brees has a terrible arm, so it's like it's leaving the ball in the air like a hanging curveball, you know what I'm saying? So it's terrible, but You also got this route right here. You also have the check down with the in route, right? Boom, right there. If the user sees that and then he starts going for it, you got the check down and in route. But usually the user is just gonna guard the in route. If he sees you max protecting, he's probably just gonna guard the in route. Doesn't really know what's coming. Probably feels safe that it's in cover 2, and then you got this all the way to the sideline. It's gonna get over the top of cloud flats, and only way it's not is if they have like a beastie zone drop, because it's basically a huge bomb. So you got right this. Obviously, you can also always double team the outside guy, ID this guy, and roll over to that way, or you can double team the outside guy and then roll out. Right, either way, you basically get a cut block. I didn't get a cut block there. He is just going crazy on me. But yeah, double team the outside guy, just like that. If you need to roll out, right? If you need to roll out, double team the outside guy. Step up. Who is that just going crazy? Like, oh my God, Jesus, right? He's just going crazy on me. But yeah, if you need to roll out, if you have escape or something like that, like I'm just trying to get a double team on him. Yeah, like that. If you need to roll out and get a chop block and lead past it like that. That was, yo, this guy's a terrible arm. Oh my God. Hold on. You gotta double team that right there, right? Double team this guy, slide to his way. There's no way I should do this, but I have a slow guy, so I have to actually like step over, right? And then lead past that right there. Easy money, right? Possession catch it. If they got a big boomer over there and they're gonna boom you. But yeah, this is cover 2. If you have an escape artist or something like that, you can just like step outside the pocket and roll out, right? It's not too hard. Easy money. You can lead past that to the sideline more, like this. I'll show it one more time just so you guys get the throw. You're basically looking at that cloud though, like you're seeing that, and then you're basically like realizing, all right, he's not backing up. Once he's not backing up, you know you can throw that like basically right there and lead past that to the sideline. Easy money. That's it for the video. That's it for part 1. Part 2 will come in the next couple of days. I'll get the 335 part 2. Like I said, the Patreon will be ready. It should be ready tomorrow morning for sure. I'm just uploading all of the videos to Vimeo, if you guys, so for all of you guys as well. The defense will come out first, and then the offense, right? The wing flex close that you guys are looking for and stuff like that. Obviously, none of my stuff will change. I'll still be doing the videos on here for YouTube, but that's just like for faster, you know what I'm saying? A couple extra stuff. You get what you pay for. 5 cash, you're gonna get yourself right. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm out. Peace.